All right, we are live. You go ahead and type that up.
No, I'm done.
Are you sure? Did you hit the button?
Yeah.
There's a lot to do here. There's a lot of multitasking going on when you got to post on multiple platforms.
Right.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's a little after 9 o'clock. We got a little late start, you know.
That's
It's okay.
fine.
It happens. Well, that's why we have this relaxed format, because we're very relaxed.
That's right.
As in,
It's
there's
Saturday.
always something going on. It is a Saturday. But
That's
thanks for
correct.
joining us. Today's topic of the day, as you can see on the top left of your screen, is how to choose a realtor. Woo, gonna get into some troubled waters on this one, so you might want to stick around. We'll tell you the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons, what to look for, the red flags, all that stuff.
That's right.
And as always, we like to start out with the day with, believe it or not, a live look outside. You know, it's cool, it's crisp. It's actually cold, man. We're still below freezing.
Yeah.
So it's 31.8 degrees here
It's crisp. It's refreshing, as I say it.
in the backyard. Yeah. So it's one of those things.
All right.
You know, eventually spring will get here. All right, let's take a look at the market stats for the day. This is your market watch for Oklahoma County.
Right, for the last 7 days.
Yep. So how's it
Okay.
looking?
So we have 180 new listings came to market. And we have 224 contracts written. That's actually really good. Pending sold.
Mm-hmm.
And 173 properties have sold. So there's lots of movement in the market.
Yeah. So what that means is that we never slow down over the winter time. We take usually a typical drop anyway.
Yeah.
You know, as far as just how houses move, because most people move in the late spring to summer, but
That's right.
it's not like it died. In other words, it's not like it went to zero. It stayed
No,
steady.
there's lots of movement right
Yeah.
now. And even I know that. Going out there, bidding wars, still multiple offers on properties
Yeah.
in that right price range.
So speaking of which, decent price range we've been looking at with some clients is between 250 to around 280. That seems to be a hot value
Yes.
here, and it's blowing up around Edmond and Yukon. So
Yeah.
if you're kind of in that ballpark and you're looking, here's the deal with those. They go fast.
Yeah,
I mean, there's multiple offers, and they don't last a week. Some of them didn't
No.
last an hour.
right. There's one.
There was one that lasted an hour, bought sight unseen,
Yeah.
you know, from someone out of state. So
That's right.
if you even think there's a house you like, you better jump on it and make a decent offer.
That's right.
Because they're not going to hang around. But that's good. That means, you know, if you're trying to sell a home, you're in good shape. You don't have to sit on it for 90 days.
Right, if it's priced right and it's taken care of.
Right. And of course, we
Absolutely.
always say if it's priced right. That's the key term. If you price it wrong, don't blame your realtor, because you have to listen to your realtor. Everybody thinks they're
Right.
worth more than what their, you know, property may be worth. So let the market decide, and you know they'll point out what you've got that are pros and what you can probably ask a little more for, but to let them be your guide. They're your pro.
That's right. You hire them for a reason.
Yeah.
You hire them because you trust them.
All right.
And you have to listen to them.
yeah, and you want them to get your best dollar. That's going to lead into today's topic. But first,
Yes.
mortgage rates.
Yeah, actually they've come down again, 6.55. I love it.
Yes.
30-year fixed.
Now, of course, this is a caveat, right? This is a knee-jerk reaction probably to some nonsense going on in the banking sector. So I'm sure you guys have probably gotten little tidbits of that.
Right.
And where that all settles out, no one knows. It's
I know.
everyone's a pro, you know, when they speak on it. We're gonna default to the pros, which
Right.
will fall foul in their face because no one knows, you know, except for the people holding the purse strings.
That's right.
We can all make guesses and assumptions based off of trends, etc. But we can tell you though, just by looking at things, there doesn't appear to be any reason to lower interest rates back to where they were, much lower than where they are now. So if it's a deal where you're waiting, you know, to get a best rate, this is probably going to be it.
Right.
And you always have the option to refinance.
Yeah, talk to your banker, talk to your mortgage guy, your lender, find out what kind of options they have for refi, because if the rates do come down,
Right.
make sure that's an option for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
And here's a fun little
Oh,
deal
yeah.
you came across the other day.
I really like this little nugget of
Yep.
information from NAR.
So we're going to dive into this here real quick before we jump into the topics. I thought this was interesting.
And NAR is the National Association for Realtors. With
Yes.
Realtors. So that's just a short little acronym.
Share of Americans with children in the home back
Right.
in 2002 to 2022
Has decreased.
has decreased
40%.
from 48 to 40.
Right, 48 to 40.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then, but look what's increased during that
I
time
know.
frame.
People with pets.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what this means for the human race, but for the pet race, it's looking pretty
Right. Well, it's up from, okay, so the share of Americans with pets in their homes is up from 56% in 1998 to 70% in 2022.
good. Yeah. And then,
I think a lot of folks acquired pets during,
yeah. Oh, for
COVID.
sure. Yeah, that can be it. And
Yeah.
then you have the share of Americans who spent time daily
right.
on their pets, which is, I think this is an interesting question. I'm like, I know we're all busy, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know how they really frame this question and what's considered time spent. Is it 1 minute? Is it at least a minimum of an hour? I mean, what is it all?
I don't know. I have no idea.
But you can see it's pretty even across the board.
Yeah.
Everybody loves their pets.
Yeah. Do any of our viewers have pets at home?
Yeah. If you've
Are
got,
they empty nesters? Do you have kids and pets?
Yeah,
We'd
Tom.
love to hear from you.
Yeah, chime in the comment section. Tell us what pet you have. We've got 2, of course.
Yes.
As you guys have known.
That's right.
Let's see. Share of the recent home buyers who factored their pet
Yeah.
into the neighborhood choice.
19% of all recent homebuyers factored their pets into the neighborhood choice. I mean,
Yeah, that's some pretty interesting stats.
yeah, that's what I thought when I came across it.
So pets are actually a driving factor when it comes to buying a home.
Oh, absolutely.
And the question is, how much of an importance is it?
Right.
So among those who did not consider a pet, 25% for the neighborhood was important to them.
Right.
For the total. And then if you go, well, what about a pet? Does that make a difference in the neighborhood I buy? 40% says yes.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
significant.
Sure.
So anyways, those are some fun facts out there that
Yeah.
say, hey, you know what? Pets. They're important.
Well, sure.
They're little people.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, the
An
little-
extension of your family. They are your family.
Yeah, they really are. And sometimes they're better than humans. I'm just going to say that. You know, there's some humans that need some work. They could learn from a cute little puppy or
Right.
dog.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which, speaking of which, we got one over there sleeping on the floor.
Yep.
And we got one right beside us in the
Right.
middle.
So they're snoozing. So let's get to today's topic. What is it?
Oh, choosing your realtor.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So if you've got friends and family and you know somebody that's looking for a realtor, tell them to tune in the show right now. Hit the share button, tag them in the comments, whatever you want to do, so they can hear what to do.
And speaking of which, we're also live on YouTube.
Oh yeah. So we did turn on we've had our YouTube channel going for a while. We just didn't have it set up to go live on it yet.
Right.
Basically because I think once you start a new YouTube channel, you have to wait. They have to make sure you're legit, and then you can start going live. And so we had that opportunity, I don't know, a couple times ago, and then I kept forgetting. So we finally got it going.
Right.
So now we're live on YouTube too, as well as Facebook for the
Right.
show. All right, I'm going to load up our little deal here.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Choosing the right real estate agent.
Well, it's important, right?
Extremely important.
You're building.
For 2 reasons.
Well, yeah.
One, I mean, this is a big purchase or / sell. And there was a big movement of
Right.
your money. Number 2, that requires a lot of trust.
Right. You're building that rapport amongst each other. You're building that trust factor. Their knowledge, but of course we'll step into all that.
Yeah.
So it's very important for you guys to do your research.
Yeah, so number 1, do your research.
Research out local agents online, see what kind of reviews they have, referrals, friends, family.
Yeah.
I find that that's a huge one.
You know, we'll get into the red flag part of it.
Right.
This kind of ties into it. You need to be very leery at someone who just picks up the phone and calls you out of the blue. You know, I don't even like to answer the phone, period, much less from somebody trying to sell me something or is going to somehow do me a great deal when I've got a $150,000 or $300,000 or $500,000 on the line, and I'm just supposed to get whoever this guy is on my text message or email says, "Hey, I can help you sell your house." I'm like, get lost, dude. So, but that's me. You might like to do business that way, but to us, it's a red flag.
Right. I think it all depends when you get that text message or that email, what kind of situation you're in at the time.
Well, that's
It
true.
could work.
I guess it can work.
That's why they do it.
That is true. That is actually why they do it. But here's, I gotta, boy, this is a hot topic because I can really go off on the rails on this one. There are two types of realtors in this world. There's the kind that are helpful. They're relationship building. It's real. It's legitimate. And then there's the kind that don't care, use money, somewhat can be con related. They use tactics to get their dollars into their pocket, and you're just a number to them. And there
A transaction.
You're a transaction, a cold, dead transaction.
Right.
You mean nothing. There's no relationship that they care to build with you.
There's no follow through.
There's no follow through there, and a lot of that is in this industry. It's dirty. I'm gonna be honest with you. We watch some of these videos of people showing you how to do this stuff. I'm like, where's your morals? Where's your ethics? Where's
Right.
your, I don't know. I couldn't sleep at night, operating your business the way that you guys are doing. And they're like, but we're successful. We got 6 cores, and I'm like, yeah, but you're rotten to the core.
Right.
So you got to be careful, man. People are people, and it's up to you to do your due diligence to. What is your gut telling you? What is your spirit telling you? What is your mind telling you?
Right.
You got to follow those instincts because they're out there. Every
absolutely.
industry. I think real estate is just like any other industry.
That's right. It's like car sales.
So that's all under the do your research category.
Right. And good morning, Jackie. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Jackie. So do your research. Number 2.
Check their experience.
Yeah.
Look for an agent who has experience in the type of property you want to buy or sell. Ask the agent about their experience, how many transactions they've completed, what kind of properties that they've worked with. So when I was back in Canada, I would get that question quite a bit. You're going for a listing appointment and you're all prepared, you know all about the market, you know about the area, you know everything that's listed, everything that's sold, but then you get that one question. How many houses have you sold? How many do you have currently listed?
Yeah.
So that's important to some folks. Absolutely.
But you know what? Honestly, I think this is one of the most important is the communication part, number 3.
Right.
If you aren't getting communicated by your realtor,
Right.
there's a problem, like big problem.
Right.
But it also goes both ways, right?
That's correct. You
You've
need
gotta-
communication from
you've
them.
got to communicate to them. So
Right.
if they're reaching out to you, they're texting you, checking on you because maybe you're at work. The two of you are 2 different works, right? So
Right.
you can't call both if you don't want to bother. So we'll text both and say, hey,
That's correct.
how's it going?
Just
Are you-
checking in.
Yeah, just checking in. Are you liking some of the houses that you've seen so far? Where are you at? Are you want to buy new? You're still looking for,
Right.
one maybe the last few years or something like that. Just don't ghost them, right?
Right.
You got to keep that
Communicate.
relationship open. You got to communicate. You got to tell your feelings. It's a real relationship. Pretend like it's,
Well-
you're dating and or it's your
Yes.
partner, your spouse, and how well is that relationship going to go if the two of you say nothing to one another?
And how are you going to
Yeah.
best help them as their real estate agent that they've chosen?
Yeah, right.
And you need to have
Yeah.
communication. You need to talk.
So it's a 2-way street, of course, as you know, anything in the world, but the realtor for sure
Absolutely.
has to spend that extra effort to reach out to. If you're not hearing from your realtor, you've made a bad decision. And I hate to.
Right.
This is going to be the frank discussion you're going to need to hear. And if you've had realtors in the past, you're like, preach on, brother. I feel sorry. I feel sorry that I picked I did the last time around.
Well-
never heard from them. Maybe even never saw them. I don't know until the time it
Well,
was
they have-
to do the deal.
If you're on a team, you might never see the lead
Yeah, it's true. So
person that's in charge. You might always just work with their
yeah,
their
you can work with
buyers
their
or-
associates.
their agents. That's right.
But regardless, gotta
And-
have communication.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, what's number
Communication.
4?
Marketing strategies. Ask the agent about how they market. How are they going to market their property? What do they do? What have they had success with? How are they going to what's their plan for your property.
Yeah.
So I know we've always got a plan in place.
Yeah, I mean,
I've always had a plan in place for marketing a house.
we
from
always
start to finish.
use everything we can in the real estate world of tools, and then in addition to that,
That's right.
because everything's set up, by law, and there's things you have to follow.
There's guidelines.
Guidelines,
Yes.
yeah. But then also social media, man, it's a free for all out there in that sector, so you can do whatever you can do to get attention to your client. So very important.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
All right, compatibility, number 5.
Right. Oh, so you have to make sure you can work together.
Right. I always go back to the dating thing, It's like,
Right.
if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's the feeling each other out business. And if you can't feel comfortable over the phone, and you have that first face-to-face, and
Yeah.
you're like, you know what, I'm just not feeling your vibe. You're coming across a little sus. You didn't shower today, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be any number of things. But hey, if you're not comfortable, cut it. Go somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, you're not stuck with that person. There's a lot of realtors out there, and so make sure you pick a good one.
I think the biggest thing is when you're working with buyers and sellers is that you're listening to them and you're understanding what they want and need from you as their real estate agent.
Right. But yeah, as the client, remember, this is a big commitment, so you've got to check all the boxes.
But we can also fire the customer,
Well, it's true.
the buyer or the seller as well,
That's true. But that also goes back to
if they're not listening to us or being unreasonable.
yeah, it doesn't happen a lot in this business, but it does happen. And that's
I've
usually
done
just because that if you're going to be so difficult to work with, that the realtor has done everything that they can,
Right.
and you're just one of those stubborn, hard-headed, doing it my way, the realtor's going to say, well, wish you the best of luck, and when it turns out your home doesn't sell, come back and see me. You have to give them the frank, hard truth, right? And,
Sometimes, yeah.
and people are, I always go back, people are people. Humans are funny
That's right.
entities. All right, let's go to number 6.
Negotiation skills. Oh, that's important.
Yeah.
Negotiation is a critical skill for a real estate agent. How are they going to negotiate the best deal for you, both in buying and selling?
All right. Let's see. So the wrap up here is choosing the right real estate agent can make a big difference in buying or selling your the process.
That's right.
Take the time to do your research and choose an agent that is experienced, communicative, compatible to your needs.
That's right.
All right.
Good job.
Yeah, how's your coffee, by the way?
It's good.
Hey, scoot over here just a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Well, I was cutting off your ear over here, so I want to make sure that...
Oh,
yeah. I don't want you to come back later and go, how come my ear was cut off the whole time? So just lean in. Lean in, baby. Lean in. Okay, so that's let's just say that's on the how to choose a realtor on the things that are good. Now let's
Right.
do, and I kind of touched on this earlier, but some of the red flags you want to watch
yeah,
out for.
because they're out there, some
Yeah.
of them. Absolutely. And every red flag for somebody's going to be a little different, right?
Yeah. So most agents are professional or honest, so we'll preference with that.
Yes.
But there are some red flags to watch out for.
Yeah.
And so here's a few to keep in mind. And we actually
right.
kind of tapped on this
Yeah.
one. The first one was the lack of communication.
Right.
Huge.
Yes.
So that is one of the most important qualities of a real estate agent is the good communication skills.
That's right. And are they understanding and listening to you?
Yeah, I mean, if they're not returning your calls or your texts, you got problems. Now, I know this is a caveat, right?
Right.
Now, because obviously they're working too, and they may have other clients.
And if we're driving, you can't text and
if
drive.
they're driving, or maybe we're on a date. Yeah, it's just because of what you have to understand is the real estate world is not like your world. The real estate world never sleeps. So it's like my world of weather.
Right.
It never sleeps. It's 24/7. So you can work at any time. So in real estate, you can be working at midnight. You can be working on the weekends. You can be working whenever you're supposed to be out with the family, the
Right.
kids. Maybe they're at a soccer
Sure.
game, and you're making deals.
There's circumstances.
Yeah. So when you do text or call your realtor and they don't answer immediately, they could be in one of those situations, but they will get back to you as soon as they literally can. 'Cause
Right.
they obviously are taking care of you. That's their job. And
Oh,
now, if
absolutely.
days go by, you got a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
And I guess that goes hand in hand with number 2 for a limited availability.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we're busy because we have more than one client that we're working with, usually at any given time. Some have multiples. So to juggle all the showings, the home inspections, sometimes you have to really be in tune with your schedule, right?
Right. We didn't really hit enough of this, I think, on the first part was the status of a transaction. Excuse
Right.
me, because this is for a lot of people, especially in their first home, this is a process you have no clue what happens, right? I mean, there's a
Right.
lot of moving parts, and you're
That's
putting
right.
trust in a lot of people and a lot of entities to make sure that everything goes well.
Yes.
And that you're getting the home of your dreams, or
Yeah.
or you're selling the home and it's going to go for the top dollar that you think it's worth, and that the realtor
That's right.
thinks it's worth, and the market thinks it's worth. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in there, and it kind of still goes back to the communication side, which is if you're not describing this process along the way,
Yes.
you're not doing your client a service.
Right. You never want to have your client wondering what's next. What
Yeah.
happens now?
Right. Yeah. Just tell them.
Right?
Yeah.
Have that talk. And if you're repeating yourself, it's great because I know I love working with first-time home buyers because it's an exciting time for them. And
Yeah.
it's also very overwhelming because
Yeah.
they get told a lot of information. So repeat as necessary.
Yeah, I know. All right, number 3, pushy
Oh.
sales tactics. And this is where I
Right.
cringe in this industry when I hear
Right.
the stuff that these people do.
Right,
It's
being
like,
overly aggressive.
yeah, that's a red. Anytime somebody pushes you to do something,
Right.
it doesn't matter what it is in life. If you're being forced to do something against your will, and you're being, coerced, and you're being threatened, or you're being given ultimatums, eesh.
Right.
Just saying, you need to take a step back and analyze that situation a little bit better, to make sure that it's not something nefarious, something that somebody might be up to no good. Maybe it benefits them, but doesn't benefit you. All those
Right.
things.
Right.
So that kind of falls
Exactly.
into this pushy sales tactics. And it can be anything where, so give an example.
Well, you could be out showing a house, and at the end of it, it's like, this is the perfect house for you. You guys should make an offer. It's not going to last long.
Right.
I mean, and that's a standard conversation in some cases because I might think it's a perfect house for my clients. And because, you get to learn over time what your clients are looking for and what they want. And I might think it's the perfect house, and I think that they should jump on it. However, they might not think that at that right time because they need to talk about it. They need to,
Right.
weigh pros and cons.
So bottom line is, we're not in the industry to tell you what to think or what to do. And if someone is telling you either one of those things, red flag. Another,
Right. Well, I mean, I will go into a house and say, out of everything that we've seen, this one matches 90% of what you want. Or
Well, sure.
in some cases,
yeah, but that's just pointing out the obvious. That's not
Right.
trying to get inside your head and, convince you to do something you may not want to do.
that's right.
The
That's
other
right.
thing is, what if you're looking for homes and the realtor keeps saying, let's go look at this builder. 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 Have you looked at this builder? Red flag. Because
Right.
here's the deal with that. A lot of times the realtors will get a kickback from certain builders, certain bonuses or whatever, and whatever the builder is offering. So it could be
Incentives.
incentives, I guess we can call them. So you have to be red flag on that one. I mean,
In
trust
some
me,
cases.
there's some cases where the builders do offer incentives because they have inventory they got to push out, right?
Right.
So they let all the
Yeah.
realtors know, hey, I've got this house. We're offering $5,000 on closing costs, and we're offering the 3% commission, or whatever it's going to be. But there's a lot of builders that do that. So we get the information. We go, that's nice. And if our client happens to want to go to see a builder of that home, great. It's a good fit.
Right.
But it's not up to us to go, you need to go see this home. Only this home, right? Or only this builder. That's a red flag.
Right. Yeah, there's rules against that.
There is, but not everybody follows them.
Well, so lack of knowledge or experience. How experienced is the real estate agent? How many years have they been in the business?
Right.
What's their background, right? So,
And you've been doing it for over 12 years.
Well, 13 years now.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're on the 13th year mark.
I am. Yeah, January was year 13, so I've got lots of knowledge behind us. So combined,
Yeah.
we have 13 and a half years.
Oh, you're so funny. So what's funny is this is where it isn't anything in life. I bring still the newness of
Right.
the remembrance of the process of what it was like for me, and then I bring that analytical, approach to it, to where I see it on both ends, and I'm still fresh on the whole process of what it went through and how, either A, scary it was,
Yeah.
B, how little I knew.
Right.
And I'm a guy that likes to know everything when I'm got money on the table, right?
Right.
For example, I'm the kind of guy that when I went to Vegas for the first time, I read like 5 books at Barnes and Nobles on how to beat Vegas. That's if I'm putting my money down there, I'm not throwing it in a trash can. I'm gonna at least
Right.
get something out of there, at least attempt to. So I still remember all that, and I still think that way when it comes to this process. So I'm on your team. I'm on your side, because if I'm in your shoes, I'm going to be very choosy, on what home that I want and what I want in the home.
Right.
And while at the same time understanding there's only certain things I can, request or expect in a price range, but I'm going to work within that price range to make sure that it's what I'm looking for.
That's right.
So all that's kept in mind, because I'd be the same way. It's a big commitment.
And I mean, in all fairness, we all have to learn somewhere
Yep.
in this industry, right? So
Oh, yeah.
you may have a great agent that you're compatible with. You really like their personality. They get you, but they might be new,
Yeah.
and that's okay too.
Right. Because everybody's got to start from somewhere, right?
That's right.
Just to make sure that they're hungry, that they're treating you right, that they're
Right.
doing. You ask them a question, they go find the answer.
Right.
It's okay not to know the answer up front, but you better go find the answer and then provide it. So number 5, this one's a huge one for me. It's a pet peeve. It's a pet peeve
dishonest.
for me in the entire world and the human race, but it's still in real estate as well.
Right.
And that's dishonesty.
That's right.
I cannot stand it. But honesty and integrity are huge.
Oh, I think they're huge in any industry.
Honestly, I could have just
Just as your
done
character in general.
this whole real estate, how to pick a realtor. I could have just summed it all up with this 5th talking point of dishonesty. The rest of it falls into place almost. Is if you're at least honest and you have integrity,
Yeah.
the rest of that stuff can be worked out. But if you don't have this backbone, this foundation, this fundamentals, forget about it.
That's right.
It's bad news.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I hate to say it, but there are a few of those people out there, like I said, because we're all human. And even though, in this business you take ethics training, and you're supposed to be a good person, you're supposed to do the right thing. When it comes to money, man, people are weird. They do things they should not have done.
Right.
They'll justify it. It's you know how it is. If you ever have family, situations and
someone
money
dies.
comes up, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the same in any industry, really. So without this honesty, integrity, still
Right.
as the backbone, that money will corrupt. So just keep that in mind. Sniff out their true intentions. What they're going for.
Right. And I think most people can pick up on that.
No, because con men are con men for a reason. If con men were all so easy to pick out, there wouldn't be any con men.
True.
Yeah, and every industry's got them. So unfortunately, so those are some of the red flags when you're trying to pick an agent, and you want to make sure that you made the right decision, right?
Yes.
So what we're here for you. So Jody and I with Team Tuttle Realty, you can call and text the number anytime. They're on the top of the screen. We also have a team we work with. So we're under the EXP brokerage, and we're with the Levinsons. So we have a huge team that's been around here forever with so much experience.
Right.
There's not a single thing that we couldn't handle or reach out if there was something that was new. You guys try to throw us,
great.
try to throw us, some trick, and we're like, oh, wait a minute, who's dealt with this before?
Right.
Everybody's got an answer.
Oh,
So,
yeah. It's been good.
yeah, it's been really good. So we're glad we're partnered with them. Let's see, what else am I missing?
Well, if you want to acquire a pet
Acquire a
and
pet.
you need that yard.
Where are we going with this? Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah, we've got a pet right here, but she's spoken for. She's
Right.
a little sleepy Penelope. So
Here she is here.
yeah, you got her on the. Yeah, there she is. She's like, wait, why'd you wake me up from my nap?
Right. Hi, baby. Oh, boy.
She's like, I was doing better.
I know.
I'm a little squirmy. She's not like
fine.
Larry. Larry, you can hold him all day long, and
Yeah.
he won't even squirm. He's completely content.
Yeah.
She's a little different. She's a wild one, but she's calming down some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
So she's now
Oh,
probably
baby.
on month 7 or 8. Where are we with her?
Well, she was born in August.
Yeah,
August 21st.
yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, baby. See, she's calm because she's tired.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
For now. 5 seconds later, Tasmanian devil.
Right. She'll be jumping all over Larry.
Right.
That's right.
So
I
again,
think she's part cat, though, too.
yeah, she's been. She's got some cat-like reflexes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got her video. She's learned to pounce like a cat does on Larry,
Right.
and so she hides behind whatever little box of toys. And as soon as Larry comes in that door,
Oh,
she pounce.
yes. It's so funny.
I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I'll be posting that reel at some point.
Yeah, so you can find that on Team Tuttle Realty, which is on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter.
YouTube, and Twitter. So you like to post those little funny reels and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Plus, they have their own little TikTok, Larry and Penelope.
Yeah, they do actually.
Okay.
It's not doing too bad. Yeah.
You're tickling Mommy's hand.
But yeah, so obviously we're a pet loving household. So when we started the broadcast off with the how many homes have pets.
Oh, yeah. It was close.
So yeah, I was like, hey, that resonates with us. I'm sure it resonated with a lot of you. And like I said, we're here to help you out. We went through the pros and cons, kind of how
Right.
to choose an agent to best serve your needs. We picked
Yes.
out some of the important key elements that you want to look for. If you're having trouble with that and you still don't know, reach out. I mean, just ask us questions.
Right.
It's not like it's an obligation or anything. Just
That's right.
send us a DM and we'll send you our opinion. And we'll try to guide you the best we can. And as always, the website's real easy to navigate. You just go in there and you type in an address, yours or your neighbor's, whoever's. Even out of state, I mean, you can pick anything in there for that on that website to check out what you want or looked at.
That's right.
And then
It's very interactive.
Yeah.
It's an interactive website. So, yeah. So, it's good.
And then I think that's about it. We
Yeah.
covered everything I think we wanted to say. So we appreciate you guys watching. We will have some more interviews coming up. Part of the Insider interview series.
Right. With our preferred partners.
Yep. So we have home insurance, auto coming up soon. Let's see. We have. This is going to be a good one. We have solar power.
Yes.
Yeah. So for solar energy. So
I can't wait to have Dalton on.
So 405 Insurance, they'll be soon, and Solar Power, Dalton will be on. We did a tour of their facility on how they make solar panels, and
Oh, yeah.
that was eye-opening. So I was under the impression that, as the meteorologist, going, good luck with solar panels surviving a hailstorm in Oklahoma, right? Kind of a deal. So I was pleasantly surprised at what I found out. So we're going to talk about that. Let's see, who else we have lined up here soon.
Home warranties.
Oh yeah, so home warranties, that's a big deal. It's one that honestly I thought that it came with the house usually, and then maybe when you buy the home it's like a 1 year kind of to cover things in that gap.
Yeah.
But now you can have a home warranty the entire time, and they're actually really good.
Yeah. We never had that back in Canada.
Well, you guys are missing out up there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, where I'm from in Canada,
Yeah,
anyways.
well, welcome to the States.
Right.
So we got a lot more lined up from there.
Yes.
So we'll keep them going, and then we'll let
Yeah.
you guys know about it. It's always going to be about the same time, Saturday mornings, about
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Ish.
Yeah, ish. Sometimes there's an ish. Ish. But again, if you know of anyone that is looking, they said, you know what? I'm sick of my landlord. I'm tired of paying rent.
Right.
I don't like my neighbor. I need to move out.
Right. I'm an empty nester. My house is too big now.
The dogs in the neighborhood drive me crazy. I get out of here.
Right.
All
Or
those things.
You need a bigger yard.
Yeah. And maybe
Because you've got another pet.
yeah, you got another pet or maybe another
Or
baby.
you want to put a pool in. Who knows?
Yeah, it's time to move. Either way,
Yes.
all those require an action.
That's
so let that action be the fingertips on your phone. Just text that
Yeah,
number.
reach out.
405-467-1785.
That's right. We're here for you.
Yeah,
Love to help you.
sure do. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next broadcast.
Yeah.
Take
Have
care.
a great weekend.